Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to make a real quick announcement video about different things that are coming to my channel, coming up really soon. Now, to start off with an announcement, I'm not really going to be holding up with what I'm going to say here. My main thing is I'm going to get started as soon as possible because I've got one main announcement I've got to make, and that's about it. But this one announcement is going to be very, very important because it's going to explain something important I've done in the past, and also something that's coming up in a little while on this channel. Now, that announcement is about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, before I actually talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield, I've got to go ahead and tell you about PBR, Pokemon Battle Revolution. I am going to let you know that we're going to continue doing the same schedule with it as we are with everything else. Right now, you don't see it on screen, but as I'm speaking, as you can see, we've got the draw function on the board. Now what I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to be really using it that much in this episode, or in this announcement, but I am going to be using it to talk about something different that's going to go on with Pokemon Sword and Shield, because I want to do something a little bit different with the series coming up. As you guys remember, about, I'd say, 3 weeks ago or so, I did a Let's Play of Pokemon Sword, and I finished it. And I talked about how I was going to go ahead and go ahead and continue the game and do some tournament matches inside the stadium. Unfortunately, I decided, nah, let's not do that. But instead of what I decided to do, I'm actually going to restart Pokemon Sword, and I'm going to explain to you guys why in a few minutes. Now, guys, there's been a Pokemon I have been seeing in the game that has been really cute to me and I've been wanting to try to use. And, well, here's the thing. Unfortunately, with that Pokemon, I've had to go. I couldn't really use it because of the fact that, that it's a water type. And I've picked Inteleon every time. So, whenever I did my last project of Pokemon Sword, I couldn't do it because of the fact that we had a water type. For you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, I've actually saw a really cute teammate that I've been really wanting to use on my team that's called, I'm going to really write it down, oops, that's a W, a Choodle, or a Chewtail, or how you say that. If you guys don't know what that is, that's that's basically the Pokemon that you see in the game that evolved into Drennaw, or that Pokemon that later in the game Team Yell kind of right before you get the bike, or the water addition to your bike, where they're talking about, oh, these people are trying to get across the river using Drennaw. Alright, then we're going to ride across before they even can do it. This right here is the evolved form of that. I've been wanting to use it on my team for a while, but unfortunately, because of the fact that I've picked Inteleon, I couldn't do it. So yeah, what I'm deciding on doing, and I'm really going to hate this, is I'm actually going to go back to Pokemon Sword again, and I'm actually going to redo the game and pick a different starter. Now, if you guys don't know, as you guys already should know actually, but as you can see, when I last played the game, I've always picked this one, Sobble. Now here's the thing, I could do Pokemon Shield and do it, but I've looked it up online, and if you play Pokemon Shield, Drennaw is not easy to find. Right now, or no, in the game, if you were to play Pokemon Shield, you have to wait pretty late or a little while into the game to get him. However, if you play Pokemon Sword, you can find him literally on route number 2. You can literally find him on the exact same route where you can find Pokemon like Yamper, that dark type Fox Pokemon I believe is there. God, I can't even think of half the team that's there. But in Pokemon Sword, you can find them on Route 2, and we can really easily get them. However, in Pokemon Shield, you had to wait till like around the Hulberry area. The Hulberry, maybe not the Hulberry Stadium, but around the Hulberry area, where Hulberry City or whatever it is around that area to get them. And I don't know why they changed areas, but I believe in that game you have to wait till around there. Unfortunately, I did kind of find out something with Drentanol, and the fact that, and the big part about him is, he don't learn as many moves as you think he will. The moves he can learn are pretty good, but they aren't the best thing ever. And the websites I've looked up that talked about what moves he can learn are also very inconsistent. One website I looked up showed that he can learn a few moves, but then at the same time when you go to what TMs and TRs he can learn, it showed that he can barely learn any. But then you go to another website, it says he can learn a whole ton of them. So I don't know which one to believe. But no matter which website's right or not, I'm gonna go and try to use Drentanol in some way, shape, or form, because Drentanol's been one of my favorite Pokemon, I guess, ever since Sword and Shield came out. It's just since I've been picking Inteleon, I've been running into a brick wall. But at the same time, I'm also running into another brick wall, because on the screen in a few minutes, I'm going to be writing down my entire team for you guys to see on screen. And that's because, as you'll see in a minute, it's going to have a pretty drastic change to it. To you guys, it may not be a very drastic change, but you'll see what I mean whenever I get it written down. So to show you what I mean, I'm going to go ahead and real quickly write down the team. And now that way I don't mess up the names and all that. And since we're going to be playing the game part 1 and all that, I am going to write down the first evolution of that Pokemon. For example, for Pokemon Sword, so I can get Drentanol, I am going to be picking this bunny Pokemon. Scorbunny. This thing. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'll pick it just so I can have the Choodle. Because if I pick Inteleon now, it's going to be overlapping with types, and I don't want that. So yeah. So if I keep doing on with that, my team will consist of the bunny Pokemon, Scorbunny. Good lord, this is going to take forever to write down. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this Pokemon, but I'll deal with this so I can get Drentanol, which is a pretty cool Pokemon to begin with. Something much you also have to know about Drentanol. Well, actually, I won't say anything until I get him written down. Along with that, I'll have, I'll write them all down in different colors. I'll have Choodle. Something you do have to know about Choodle is that it might help me a lot more in the the grass type gym. Not grass type. God, no. Fire type gym. Because here's the thing. When I last did my project on Pokemon Sword, I ran into a problem where my fire type Pokemon might stop making mistakes. My water type Pokemon literally got knocked out by Caboose or whatever his name is. His fire type Pokemon. A fun little fact, when Choodle when Chewble evolves into Drennaw, he actually becomes a water and rock type Pokemon. And that means he doubly resists, or like, he didn't go get that badly hurt by fire. Which means we are in a really peak position as long as they don't have no grass or electric type moves. So yeah. Along with that, most of my team from here on out is basically gonna be the same thing. We're gonna basically have we're gonna have Yamper. Here we go. We're gonna have Yamper, which is the evolved from one of that puppy Pokemon, Boltland, which was the Sadie of the team last time, as you guys remember. Yamper. And as you can see, so far, this is the brick wall we're running into. Look on screen. We've already got 1, 2, 3 members. And there's still more members we usually pick up. And if you guys remember my last team, you should know the rest of the team from here. Along with having these Pokemon, we're also going to have... I don't know how you spell it again. Chickadee, or... You know the bird Pokemon, the flying and steel type? I can't think of its name. Or I can't remember how you spell its name. Chickadee. Rookidee, sorry, Rookidee. So we'll have Rookidee. Again, I don't know how you completely spell that, so I'm wondering if this is a bad misspelling. Which makes member number 4. And then along with that, we have member number 5, which is gonna be Axew. Well, you know it's going to be its final evolution. I'm just writing down the first evolution that would be a lot easier to spell. We're going to have Axew, which is member number 5. And finally, we're going to have the snake Pokemon. The ground type snake Pokemon I like. Sandaconda. I'm gonna write over here on the side that way you can see it. Although I may have to write it kind of weirdly. Con. I don't know if I'm spelling it right, but I'm doing it the best I can. Best I can. Here we go. It did take a little bit, guys, but as you can see on the screen, this is the big problem we're running into. This wouldn't be a big old problem, but as you guys remember, back in my old Let's Play, we didn't run into a problem where we already had 6 members. This wouldn't even be that big of a problem if I didn't have 2 legendaries to worry about. Now, hold on, that's interrupting. This probably wouldn't be that big of a problem if we wouldn't run. The main reason this is a big old problem is the fact that like we have 2 legendaries to worry about, and we also got Charizard. We can have Charizard on our team. One thing I was worried about with Scorbunny up here is that he'd be a fire fighting type. He's not. He's just plain fire when he fully evolves. But as you can see, with Scorbunny, Chewtle, Yamper, Rookidee, Axew, and Sandaconda, we got all 6 members, and we still got at least 2 viable members out like that for my team. That being I thought I said for alligator, that being Charizard, I mean. And also that could be the legendary of the region, which I've already forgot his name. But yeah, that's the big old problem with this too. Like, that's a problem because I don't want to run into. I want to have enough room for every. How do I put this? I would have enough room for more members, but I ain't gonna have enough room for them. That's all 6 members when we don't have enough room for all of them. Like I just said, we're gonna have the fire type Pokemon, Cinderace. We'll have Choodle, Yamper, Rookie D, Axew, and Sandaconda. And there's no room for anybody else because it's all 6. And we still have 2 legendaries and 1 Charizard to worry about. I don't think Esternius will be joining me, but I really want to have a place for that fairy type, legendary, and Charizard. So what I may have to do, I hate to do it, but what I may have to do is whenever I get Charizard, I may just have to replace. When I get the legendary, I may just have to replace, the fairy type legendary for him, and then, or for Cinderace, and then once I get, Charizard, I may replace it for the steel type bird. I like the bird, but like that's the big problem. I don't have 2 flying those. I don't have 2 fire types. So yeah, we've ran into a big old brick wall coming up here. In fact, the fun little fact about it is the project won't be too long before it starts. If we're lucky, it might start in about 2 or 3 hours. If not, though, it may start tomorrow. Either way, it won't be too long until it starts. So yeah, that's the main thing I do to let you guys know about. It was mainly just about how we're running into a brick wall with the members. When we had Inteleon, we had enough room for at least 1 member, so we had enough room for Esternius, and then we could replace him for the fairy type we need, or the legendary. So yeah, I'll have to figure it out in my own time. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and because I explained it in this video, I ain't gonna explain it in the next one. So when the project actually starts, don't be expecting an explanation. I will let you know that just like in the last project, I will be going through and looking for a bunch of candies in Matt's raid battles, or in the Giga Matt's raid battles. So yeah, I will be looking for a lot of that to help my Pokemon level up. So yeah, I hope to see you when that project starts. Bye bye everyone.